Is someone winding me up? Are you winding me up? Someone is winding me up because I've had about a dozen emails now asking why we're called sardines. Why sardines? And I know it's been explained quite extensively now, so I just wonder if someone's on a bit of a funny one. I don't know. But anyway, this video, I'm going to tell you for the last time, probably for the third and last time I think it is, why we're called sardines. And then if anyone else emails me, I'll just refer you to this video, okay? So there we go. People either know straight away why we're called sardines, or they have not got a clue. And it all depends on whether you've seen a certain play by Michael Frayn called Noises Off. And there's your answer. If you go and see a production of Noises Off, in the first 30 seconds, you'll understand exactly why we're called sardines. Because sardines is mentioned after that much time in the play. It was written in 1982 by Michael Frayn, and the reason we're named after Michael Frayn's very funny play is because it's very synonymous. Noises Off is very synonymous with amateur theatre groups and professionals, actually. In fact, all theatre groups sort of have dabbled with Noises Off at some point along the line. Written in 1982 by Michael Frayn, so that's almost 92. Wow, almost 40 years old. That's ridiculous. So yeah, next year it'll be the 40th anniversary. There'll probably be another tour of it, I expect. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But yeah, he wrote this play in 1982. He had the idea 12 years earlier for it. It was released in 1982 at the Lyric Hammersmith, and it was very successful. And it's all about, there's this plate of sardines in Noises Off that comes and goes, and it's kind of representative of the whole experience. It's about a not very good touring theatre company run by a retiring actress, a TV actress who's been in a long-running soap on television. Her name is Dottie Otley, and this is in Noises Off, and she's putting money into this play called Nothing On, which is a farce. And in the first act, we drop in on the very, very late technical rehearsal, which we've all had till 2 in the morning, I'm sure. So we come in on the play that we see from the audience's perspective, not going very well. It's a technical dress rehearsal. It's everything rolled into one because they're running way, way behind. And Dottie has put this money into this play for her retirement fund. She's playing a housekeeper called Mrs. Clackett. And Mrs. Clackett, in the play that they are playing in Noises Off, because it's a play within a play, the play is called Nothing On, just to confuse things even more. And Mrs. Clackett, Dottie Otley's housekeeper role, is trying to eat this plate of sardines. And in the very first 30 seconds, she forgets to take them off, or she forgets to bring them on or something. I can't remember now, and I've been in it. Everyone says something to do with Noises Off along the way, and if you have had anything to do with it, you'll know why we're called sardines straight away. You'll know. Otherwise, you might not have a clue. If you haven't been to see it, you certainly won't have a clue. But there we go. It's a brilliant farce. It's an example of a farce. And because farces are so synonymous as well with amateur theatre, especially, I guess, and Noises Off is ingenious because you drop, as I say, you drop in on this dress rehearsal that you get to know the first act of this dress rehearsal from the audience's perspective, and in the second act, we see it halfway through the run of this tour, but we see it from backstage, so the whole set has reversed. It's rotated 180 degrees, so we're seeing the action from backstage, looking out through the back of the set onto the audience, or the fake audience of Nothing On. and so therefore we see the actors going on through the doors, doing their lines within nothing on. So we see the actors playing the actors. It all gets quite confusing, and no one's talking to anyone. People have had affairs. People have fallen out. People have suspected they've jumped to the wrong end of they got the wrong end of the stick, and all sorts of things is going wrong. And then the third act, when the set revolves again 180 degrees, so we see it right on its last legs from the audience's perspective again. We see the end of the tour as it's completely falling to pieces. This whole production is and because by now we're quite familiar with the act that they are performing of Nothing On, the play within a play, we know what should be happening, and therefore we can see what's going wrong, and all hell is breaking loose. You can imagine what's going on backstage, because we've been backstage in the second act, and so we know kind of how it works backstage, and so we see it from the audience's perspective again, and phones are ringing when they shouldn't be ringing, doors are locked, sheets are getting tied together, and they're coming through the wrong doors, and some of the actors within, are playing roles when they're trying to keep the show on the road. Some of them are giving up. Some of them will just say their lines wherever they are on stage. They've learned their lines. They'll say them by rote, and it's brilliant. It's quite brilliant. And there's this plate of sardines that comes and goes throughout the whole production. At one point, there's 2 plates of sardines, or even 3 plates of sardines. I think it's two plates of sardines, which someone goes out the front door with, because he's got a props set and the real sets that's taken on stage. Anyway, so yeah, the sardines feature very heavily in Noises Off, and that's why we're called sardines. So there we go. I should have said please subscribe to this YouTube channel at the beginning, shouldn't I? Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll ease off all the grunting and the noises when I sit down, when I stand up. But until then, you've got to put up with it, I'm afraid. You can even press the share button. If you press the share button, you can share it to things like your Twitter stream, your YouTube channel, Instagram, all sorts of great and wonderful things you can share our video with, if you want to let other people know why we're called sardines. But there we go for now. There we go. So Friday's video, and we weren't going to talk about this at all. We were going to talk about something completely different, and I won't ever talk about this again, why we're called sardines. So you'll either have to wonder, or if you want to wind up, you'll get an email back referring you through to the link of this video, and that'll be as far as it goes. I don't know if people are winding me up or not, but I'm sure I've mentioned it so many times now that there's no way people can't know. They can't know, it's impossible. But anyway, you doubly, triply know now. So do stay safe, have a fantastic weekend, won't you? I'm off to get my vaccine on Sunday, which is nice. No jab jealousy for me. I've patiently waited. We'll get my vaccine put in my arm, and we'll be opening up our theatres in May and June. So there we go. And we're back in print June and July. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Still, we've got all hands to the pump soon, because 1st of April we've got to bring our next issue out. So stay safe, stay well. We'll be back. See you later.